Hello, welcome to Marla Guides, aka Third Eye, and I'm back here with another channel message. How's it going? Hope you guys are safe. You guys are doing well wherever you are. I don't have any channel songs or anything like that, but if anything comes up, I will definitely share them. I have a intuitive download that I wanted to get out. Um, it's honestly, it's really sorry about that. It's honestly really so sad that I have to give out these type of messages. But I have to give them out because I'm divine. I am led to give these messages out how I see them, how I hear them. So this is a channel message. This message is about destiny swapping. This is about someone trying to steal someone else's destiny. From all types of reasons. It stems from jealousy, it stems from envy, it stems from insecurities, it stems from a lack of self. They have some type of lack mentality, a lack mindset. And when someone sees someone else who they perceive to be better than them, they envy them and they want to take what's theirs. In reality, that never happens because what's divine, what is meant for someone, it's always going to be for that person, no matter what you try to do. If something's already written for someone, if something is already orchestrated for someone, you cannot stop what's destined to happen for that person. I'm going to go ahead and get into this message. So this is about a destiny swapping failed, a mission. Someone went on a mission because they were jealous and envious of another person and their destiny. This person grew bitter, hateful, envious, jealousy. So this person had like hatred to another person for no reason. This person sent out multiple attacks to an individual because of their destiny. This person paid for spell work. This person paid for witchcraft, dark magic, death rituals, all that. You name it, that person paid for it. That person was so jealous of the other individual that they wanted to ruin that person's reputation, ruin that person's life. And it might have worked because, the people that this person told lies to, they had no reason to believe that, oh, this person's a liar. But it's always a but. The person who was lied on never gave these other people a reason to feel like, oh, they're this is a bad person. Because these people have observed this person. These people have watched this person. These people have been in on this person. And they came to realize, why is things you're saying not adding up to this person? So this person started lying. So he started lying on more lies on top of lies. This person went out of their way to ruin someone's life or try to because they are jealous of another individual. Jealousy is a disease, and jealousy can get you killed. That's why they always say be careful who you call friend. Be careful who you call homie. Be careful who you call bro or who you call sis. Because the same people who you're dabbling up with, who you chilling with, hanging out with, these are the same people who envy you. Envy, it stems from a lack of. This person lacks what you have, so they envy you. They hate you for it. They want to take what's yours. They have no right. This person tried to embody another person's personality, failed. This person tried to embody another person's energy, failed. This person tried to embody another person's spiritual rank and gifts. Failed. So freaking bad. I'm trying not to cuss, but you have to understand when you destiny swap with someone or you attempt to try to destiny swap with someone, you're not just getting all the good stuff that the person has. No, because you don't see the battles, the demons, the wars that the person had to fight just to get where she or he is at right now. You don't see the sleepless nights the person went through. You don't see the battles that they went through. You don't see the the praying, the fucking sorry, I'm not trying to cuss, but I gotta give the message how I'm feeling it. You don't see none of the work, the internal work that the person is doing to get to where they at. Why are they so blessed? Why they have so much favor over their life? You don't get to see all that because it's not for you to see, because it's not for you to have. So when you try to destiny swap with someone, you don't get just the bad stuff. I mean, excuse my French. When you destiny swap with someone, you don't get just the good stuff that happens. You get the bad stuff too. And let me tell you something. When you try to destiny swap with someone who's anointed, who has favor over their life, who is high spiritual rank in the spirit realm, that means that person has been through so many spiritual wars, so many battles, had to fight so many demons, had to fight so hard. So you want this person's destiny so bad, that means you have to embody and fight all these wars, all these demons that this person had to fight and go through. So just be clear. You want this person's life so much, you went this low to get it. Just be prepared to go through the spiritual fucking warfare that you're about to go through because you're greedy, you're envious, and you're insecure. God, He made your life exactly how it was supposed to be made for you. God made another person's life for that person. You have no right try to come into somebody else's life, dictate their life, steal their destiny because you feel like you can, because you feel like you have some type of power and authority. You don't. Who has all the power and authority? The Most High does. And see, when shit hits the fan for these destiny swappers that fail to complete their mission, they will have to go through an ego death because they talk such a big game. They did so much to try to ruin a people's lives for greed and envious, just stupid reasons. And they can't even do the job. They can't even finish the job. So how can you sit here and say that you this badass person when you couldn't even destiny swap with a person? It should have been easy for you, but it wasn't because it wasn't for you to have in the first place. These people or this person has did so much, but the only thing that they did not do, they did not break this person. They did not break the collective. They did not break this person. They wanted to break this person. You got to understand, this person is a spiritual warrior, which means this person's been through so many spiritual battles. They know how to get out, maneuver, they know how to overcome all these obstacles in their life. You couldn't get the job done. You tried to sacrifice this person, failed. You did rituals on this person, failed. You tried to give this person up as an offering to demons and entities, failed, failed. And you know what? When you offer up a soul, a person, to an entity and a demon, and you didn't complete their mission, the mission that you were supposed to complete, sad to say, you're going to be the sacrifice now. Let's just be clear. When you try to sacrifice an innocent soul because of greed and you didn't complete the mission, that energy that you put out has to go back somewhere. You will lose people that you love the most, who you care about the most, because you were selfish. You will become the sacrifice at the end of the day because you couldn't complete the mission that you were supposed to because you were selfish. These demons, these entities, they don't care. And half of the time, these demons and these entities, they know you can't complete the mission. So they set you up for failure, but they will never tell you that because they want to boost your ego. Because at the end of the day, they need something and they know you're going to be the sacrifice. So they send you on a blind mission knowing you're going to fail. It was 12:12 on my clock as I said that. They send you on a blind mission knowing you're going to fail. The only person that doesn't know that they're going to fail is you, the destiny swapper who failed to actually complete their mission. You're going to have to answer to the higher ups for the things that you have done. You're going to have to answer to the people who you lied to about a particular person or individuals. You don't get to lie on a person or people. You don't get to defame a person's character because you're jealous and you're envious of that person. You don't get to live your life easy breezy like nothing ever happened. You will have to pay. And in due time, you will pay. It's only a matter of time. I see jail for this person. The destiny swapper that fails to complete the mission, I see jail for that person. I see jail. I see fraud. I see a lot of things. I see people coming out and speaking out, coming together, speaking on how this person is really a nasty, evil person. You have to be a really mentally deranged person to try to ruin a person's life for no reason. You have to be a nasty person to try to ruin someone's life for no reason. I am seeing people are laughing at this person. I am intuitively seeing people are making fun of this person, laughing at this person, talking ish about this person. This person is becoming the butt of the joke because this person tried to portray themselves to be something that they weren't. And people seen through the illusion. After some time, people have seen through the illusion. They've seen who this person really is. But when once the situation got out of hand, people just didn't really care for this person anymore. This person showed their ass, like this person was just a nasty spirited person. And people don't want to be around that type of energy. People started picking on that person, bullying that person, making fun of that person. Basically, what this individual did to others, it's being done to them. So, you know that saying, you reap what you sow? What you put out comes back tenfold. You cannot live your life mistreating people, hurting people, ruining people's lives without consequences. This person will be going to jail. If it's not physical, this person will be going to spiritual jail. And he better hope he is mentally and emotionally strong enough to deal with the spiritual warfare, with this spiritual ass whooping that he's about to endure. He's better hope and pray that he is mentally and emotionally and spiritually strong enough to deal with these consequences. These are serious consequences. The spirit realm don't take stuff like this lightly. Destiny swapping, they don't take this stuff lightly. When you try to destiny swap with someone, you better be on your P's and Q's. You better be a heavy hitter. You failed your destiny swap mission. Now you have a price to pay. Let's see if you're strong enough to go through the warfare that you rage on that individual. Let's see if you're strong enough to go through it because you're not. You want to be apologetic now because you can't handle the heat. You want to be sorry now because you can't take it anymore. You want to cry now and pray to God because you can't take it anymore. See, when you do wrong and that shit comes back and bites you, and now you want to be apologetic, you didn't learn your lesson because you're only sorry because you don't want to deal with your karma. You didn't learn the lesson. You're only sorry because you don't want to do your time. You should never ever be jealous and envious of anyone for what they have because you never know what that person did, overcame to get to what they are, to obtain what they have. You don't know the blood, sweat, and tears. You don't know that person's story. You don't know what that person had to sacrifice to get to where they at, to have what they have. And half of the things that that person have done to get to where they at, to sacrifice to get to where they at, you will not do. So how can you be jealous of someone who makes sacrifices in their life? You won't even make sacrifices in your own life. So how can you live in someone else's reality and their destiny if you won't even sacrifice anything? This person, these people, whoever is blessed because they're grateful, they're humble, they made sacrifices, they had to make hard choices to get to where they're at. You wouldn't even make the choices. You wouldn't even have to go. You won't even put yourself in that type of situation. You can't destiny swap with someone who's a warrior, which means that person is always going to be prepared for anything and everything. You won't even sacrifice one thing. This is the difference between you and them. They're not scared, but you are. That's the message.